Well, I'd like to thank everybody that's contacted me to try and check where we are with leaving the European Union, Brexit in common parlance. Well, let's be honest, it's the Conservative government's responsibility, Mrs May, the Prime Minister's responsibility, to negotiate a good deal for the UK. That's what the people of Britain said they wanted in the referendum 2 years ago. She's had 27 months and we still don't know what she's on about. She hasn't got a position which she can get agreement, be it around her cabinet table and within her own party, let alone get agreement with the European Union. Let's hope she steps up to the mark and sorts things out before it's too late. Our job on the Labour Party is to remind her what we expect her to deliver, and that is a deal which makes sure that people come out of Europe but don't lose out. And that means, from our perspective, that we should have a customs arrangement with the European Union which protects British business, and that we should have access to the single market, but in a way that allows us to control immigration into this country. Those are the issues that we have been consistent on, and Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, was very clear in his speech to conference that we are keen to support the Prime Minister if she brings back a deal that will support the British people. If, of course, she doesn't, then it will come down to Parliament to try and resolve this issue, to try and get some common sense out of the nonsense that the Conservative government has ended up with. All this uncertainty is very bad for business and very bad for people's livelihoods. If in the end Parliament can't agree, then there is probably nowhere else to go but to go back to the British people, either with a general election to allow the British people to choose a new team to negotiate the deal with Europe, or to go back to the British people to give them another vote on the final deal. That's not where we should be. That's not where anybody particularly wants to be at the moment. What we want is for the British government to do its job. It's had 27 months to get a move on. It still seems to be getting nowhere, but it's time for them to step up to the mark and get a deal that we can make a decision on. A deal in your best interest, the British people's best interest, and from my perspective, in the interests of people locally that live in Bottisford, Kirton Lindsey, Scunthorpe and the villages around.